But so it's natural for people to want to maintain privacy. So, but the other part is like what makes this better, and this is the great thing. There is so much technology out there, breakthroughs in cryptography that we've seen, especially in the last few years, that have turned what was once kind of a primitive field into something that's more like, we went from the Stone Age to the Iron Age, basically. And basically, we're building the iron tools.
Monero is anonymous, but you say Discrete has 6 times the anonymity. How is that? How does one become 6 times more anonymous? You're either anonymous or you're not, right?
So this is one of the big problems that I've seen and that I've talked about with a lot of the advisors on the project with, is anonymity is not actually that anonymous. There's companies out there, for example, Chainalysis is they get all these guys on board and they all look at each individual transaction in the network and they're like, wow, there's a pattern here. And so even if you're anonymous, even if you're confidential, people will slowly be able to break down those things. So it's an arms race against the people who want to analyze you and find out who you are, and the people who want to protect your identity. And Monero, actually, in 2019, I think, there was a tool that was published by one of these groups that would allow people to actually break the anonymity for Monero. Obviously, they wouldn't actually break it, but you could actually determine the kinds of people that were, using the network. For instance, if someone was doing some certain form of illicit activity, or even just as simple as transferring funds, people will be able to determine that's what their intention was, and from that, piece together who you are. So it's an arms race of being able to combat that, and also being able to combat just the brute force nature of it. After a long enough period of time, people will be able to break this anonymity. And the way Monero works is, how the technology works is it tries to hide you as a person among other people and kind of obfuscate specifically who you are. And the way Monero works is it uses 10 people. So there's 11, it's like a group of 11 people, and no one knows who you are. What we do is we made it bigger. We made it 64, and you can't actually do that easily. That's a very hard thing to do. And so we actually had to go and create new mathematics for this, new cryptography stuff. And it's based off the research of a former Monero research lab person who worked with the Monero. They didn't work for Monero, they worked with Monero. And we extended the research. We found that, this stuff is the next generation of technology. And we wanted to get it built as fast as possible. So that's what led to, us doing this privacy stuff with Discrete. And the thing is, it's not just transactions. You can use this technology for smart contracts, for programmability, for everything, Imagine anonymous non-fungible tokens. Imagine, anonymous decentralized finance, pure
you call
privacy.
Those ANFTs? Anonymous, ANFTs. NFT.
Yeah, that's what you could do. Again, in order to do all that, you need to have a programmable blockchain, which is something Monero doesn't have. So what we need to do is we need to take all these different aspects of blockchain and we need to combine them under a single platform and offer it in such a way that it's future-proof. If there's better stuff that comes down the line, we can implement it as swiftly and as seamlessly as possible without doing a fork. Monero's actually done multiple forks every time they change their mining protocol, because they're constantly trying to fight against, ASICs, so they don't centralize the mining pool, So, yeah, it's like this never-ending arms race, that Monero has to deal with. And again, it will eventually lead to the death of Monero. Again, obviously in 10 years or 20 years. It's going to be around for a long time. But we want to, start from day one, actually have something that combats these. What happens, it is as easy as possible to integrate all this new stuff into us. So yeah, the big thing for us is we use, again, it's called Arcturus is the protocol we use. So I don't want to mention it specifically because, don't read about it. Your brain will explode. It'll collapse in a black hole. It's complicated.
Do not research Arcturus. Arcturus. Just do not look into it. So, your two token is called DIS. Like, do you want some BTC or do you want DIS? I would like DIS on.
Oh, mate, I'll wait here for you, yeah?
Like dissing people, be like, oh no, I just.
So again. Mum got mail about something that you had to collect from reception on Thursday. Well, just give backstory, yeah. Look.
The tokenomics were a little bit of a struggle. Yeah, exactly. How DIS work? Tokenomics were a little bit of a struggle. We had to meet with, so we met with advisors from, B2C2, like a big automatic market maker, liquidity provider. We met with some people from there. We met with, again, we're not using their services, and I'm not trying to advertise them, but we met with them. We met with some other people. Long time, tokenomics type people. You can't really call yourself an expert in it because tokenomics is a very new thing. Like experts have like decades of experience. This has been around for 4 years. So anyway, we met with these guys and we ended up deciding on, and this is our tokenomics. We're going to do 90 million tokens. 60 million are going to be stored in IDO. And an IDO is an initial DEX offering, so we're going to offer it through our own launchpad, which is going to be on our website. And then we're going to take all the funds raised from that, and we're going to create a liquidity pair. We're going to lock that on PancakeSwap, so people can trust us. We're not just going to take the money and run. No rugging this time. So, yeah.
Rugging. That's what they should call that, right?
Yeah, the old rug and bug. I see it happen too often.
Too often in the world of florbles. Okay, carry on with your tokenomics, good sir.
Yeah, so, and then again, we're going to have 5 million for our developer wallet, and that's actually going to be used for salary. That's going to be used for stuff like we're doing now, advertising, marketing. But one of the biggest things is exchange listings. They're going to want those tokens. So, and then we have another wallet that's locked for about 5 months. That'll unlock down the line that we're going to use once we're launched. We're going to use those tokens for more chances for people to be able to trade their token, because we really want this to be as organic as possible. We don't want big bots to come in and control the market. We don't want all these different market makers coming in and trying to manipulate our price. So we're trying to start this in the best way possible. And obviously that leads to a little bit of trouble. People don't like organic stuff. Crypto's very fabricated.
They want to control it. Like big bots and they cannot lie. That's how they get. Never mind. I thought you guys would like that. I thought at least Travis would give me
you on that one. I'm gonna write a diss track specifically.
I just got dissed. The IDO happens June 5th at 12 CET. What is CET? I don't know. I'm EDT.
Central European time.
European time?
Central European time.
Okay, so it's in the morning here if you're in the United States, and late in the evening if you're down under, mate. And people can't. How do they buy that? On that get?
It'll
on
be
Pancake?
So actually they'll buy it on our website. We're using our own launchpad. Originally something like there's a few ones out there. There was one called Starter. It was called Starter, but they changed the name. Only been around a few months, and I spent about auditing their code, and I just could not find a way to rationalize launching on a project with that little trust. There was a single on them in March 4th, and it audited code that they don't even use anymore.
We are advisors with BSC Starter. We will advise them to update their code. Thank you. Yeah,
Please
thanks for letting us know.
Absolutely.
That. The platform seems to be launching some interesting projects, and
Fast is great.
Yeah, I like that. What's to be funded and what's not, but that's good to know.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I don't ever have hate or contempt for a project in crypto. I think all of it's fantastic. And again, I've talked with people from Starbucks. They're very, very responsive. Yeah, just to get that audit done would be great, because they're launching this V3 stuff, and it looks so good. But I'd love to use it, but again, I just without that audit, I don't have that I need. You know. So again, it's as simple as messaging some. They did one back on March 4th. It was for a few days, and the audit was fantastic. Their code is pretty sublime. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
You built your own on DIS. You built your own crowdfunding platform essentially to raise the money for this. And start from
What is it, John?
It's all CET.
Are you using ETH? Are we sending in USDT?
It's all on Binance Smart Chain. It's all paid Binance coin. So yeah, make sure you're using a Binance Smart Chain wallet. Again, we'll have a video explaining how to set those up. It's all through MetaMask. We have all the integrations on MetaMask.
You passed?
So,
alright, so what is that? What, English language, you mean? Oh, okay. $74. It's not bad, is it? Okay. Well done. Hey? Ah, was it? Okay.
we're doing a big refactor of the website. The website went through about 3 iterations.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's easy for people to look at, see what are good, what's the positives.
Well done, young man.
It's totally separate from finances here. So basically, you're just doing the fundraising on finance. You're going to then sell off the BNB and use those or whatever to build your platform on your own.
Exactly, yeah. So, exactly.
It's a Kickstarter.
It's a Kickstarter. Exactly.
All right. Well, the website is getdiscreet.org. You can find everything you want there, from the white paper, the tokenomics, use cases, roadmap, FAQs, and links to their Twitter, their Reddit, and their Telegrams, all right there. So good luck to you, good sir Brandon. May you find much discreetness in the world of blurble anonymity.
I really hope I do. It's a crazy world out there. Sometimes we do just need a little bit of, to be discreet.
Blurble.
I have one little bit of question about this Flurble Blurble. Actually, about this. So, for one BNB, how many DIS tokens are you going to be able to acquire during that? And is it going to be, is the more that's purchased, do they keep incrementally going up in price as more people buy them, or how's that set up?
So we're setting it initially 10 cents per DIS. Again, we're going to set the price. It's going to be fixed as soon as we go live on June 5th. And once that happens, that'll be the price. And when we get listed, when we do our liquidity lock, that's going to be the price and the liquidity pool that we're launching on Pancakes.
Okay. How many BNB are you raising?
Lots. We're raising. Soft cap is 14,000. Hard cap is 30,000. So. Yeah.
BNB-a-thon out there, then.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we will be watching closely. And those of you, of course, that are listening, do your own due diligence, research, join the community, ask questions. It's your money. Be smart with your money. And if you have success with it, great. I'm not talking about you, Brandon. I hope you have success with it. But with your investments out there, people. But, we're not financial advisors, in case you hadn't heard. So do your own due diligence. Brandon, thanks a lot. Good luck in being discreet.
Good luck with this.
Absolutely. It's been great being on, I love the show. So